The number 3 film on this countdown is very near and dear to my heart. This was the first James Bond film in my lifetime, and the first one I saw in the theater. Nostalgia may affect my view of the film somewhat, but even without that, it's still a great James Bond film. So without further ado, I present Pierce Brosnan's debut and the resurrection of the James Bond series, GoldenEye. In the film, James Bond must stop the Yanis crime syndicate from using GoldenEye, a satellite weapon developed by Russia. Helping Bond in his mission is Natalia Simonova, finally, a Russian name I can pronounce, who was a witness to the GoldenEye theft. Eventually, Bond learns that the leader of Yanis is Alec Trevelyan, Bond's former best friend, who also happened to be 006, and also someone who Bond thought had been dead for the last 9 years. Trevelyan's evil plan is to use the GoldenEye weapon to destroy all of London's financial records and technology, causing nationwide chaos, which was revenge for his parents' betrayal by the British government following World War II. After a brutal and emotional battle, Bond defeats his former best friend and saves the world once again. I could go on forever about what I like in this film, but I'll go with the shorter version instead. Pierce Brosnan is fantastic here. He hadn't quite gotten his interpretation down just yet, but I think the unrefined nature of Brosnan's performance is what makes it so good. I absolutely love both women in the film, but I will give kudos to Famke Janssen as Xenia Onatopp. Onatopp? Onatopp. I think she may be one of the most underrated of all the Bond henchwomen. Another high point is the main villain himself, Alec Trevelyan. I really feel like Bond and he were the best of friends when the film started, which makes the final battle that much more brutal and emotionally charged. And whether or not you like Tina Turner, the theme song sounds like a Bond theme, a classic Bond theme. Lastly, the tank chase. If you haven't seen it, then why the hell are you watching this? Go watch that. Seriously, it is one of the best scenes in the entire franchise. The bad isn't so much bad as it is iffy. The music is mostly terrible, like this. But it does have some good bits, like during the tank chase, for instance, and of course the final battle. I also find Bond's car, the BMW, very disappointing. They mention all these weapons and gadgets it has, and not a single one is used. What a jip. Lastly, I think the opening is very iffy, like I said. There's some cool stuff in there, like Bond jumping off the dam, but Bond's bathroom introduction seems kind of undignified. And when Bond jumps after the plane to make his escape, it looks very cheesy. I never really noticed this before, but I do own some of the Bond films on Blu-ray, and this is one of them, and every time a blue screen bit comes up, it looks really bad. I don't know why, it just does. I saw this film not once, not twice, but three times in the theater as a child. I'm pretty sure I saw it in 3 different theaters. And all 3 times, the film broke. I often joke with my friends that I've never seen the entire film. But the truth is, I have seen the entire film more times than I can count. And it has been, and always shall be, one of my absolute favorite Bond films. It was the number 2 spot on this list, but it was demoted by the film that is number 1 now. Now, this would be the part in the video where I would mention the groundbreaking video game adaptation, but that's not really my job. I'm a movie reviewer, not a game reviewer. Also, I really suck at it, and I've never finished it. Maybe someday I'll get around to it. Anyway, I give the film 5 out of 5 stars. Well, that's it for GoldenEye. Join me next Monday for the second best James Bond film, in my opinion. I am going to note that when I started this countdown, the film that I will be reviewing next week was number 1, but it's been replaced. See you next Monday.